Feels so good to have a fire again. Oh my gosh. The fall season feels like it's really here, and I am really loving it. Colder days, I mean, it gets really hot here in the summer, so once you start to feel that like crisp air in the nighttime, ooh, my heart. Oh, and a warm fire and a coffee. You really couldn't ask for anything more in life. We have so much abundance this time of year. There's so many apples in this valley, and I have a ton right now that don't really taste that great, but they're perfect for cooking with. Today, I am making apple butter. I feel like apple butter is such a forgotten food, and it tastes so yummy. It can actually be traced back to the Middle Ages, which makes sense because even yucky apples that are kind of mealy can produce some of the best apple butter, in my opinion. It's also just a great way to use up excess and is super easy to make as well. These weeks, I've been spending so much time preserving the fall harvest. I've also been working some in the garden to prepare for some fall crops that I want to plant. I want to get some potatoes and root veggies in the ground, but it might be too late at this point. We'll see. Homegrown tomatoes seriously taste like candy. These like orange cherry tomatoes, in my opinion, are like so much better than the red ones. These September days here have been just so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I've been really trying to enjoy these last little bits of warmth that we have left. This is the first time we got in the river in about a week.
It's cold.
It's gotten a lot colder. It's getting like really cold at night, and I think that's what's making the water colder.
Yeah, it's weird. You'll like go to bed and it'll be swelteringly hot. Then you'll wake up and you'll be shivering.
Fall is becoming my favorite season. It used to be spring, but there's just something so like magical about fall.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh, absolutely. It's always been my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
So Logan's almost done with a record that he's been working on. Also, he's in school right now, so we both have had very busy fall seasons this year. So I'm gonna add some fresh ginger and fresh spices to my butter. It's gonna sit on low heat for about 10 hours before it's done. I added ginger, cardamom, and cloves to the apples. And it took all day, but by the end of it, you get this like perfectly creamy, thick, dark, caramelized apple flavor. And it's so good, you guys. This fall season, if you can find a little you-pick farm and you have an abundance of apples, I would highly recommend making this. You don't need super tasty apples either. They can be not great tasting. Thank you so much to ThredUp for sponsoring this video. ThredUp is an online thrift store that makes it easy to find brands that you love, all up to 90% off estimated retail value. ThredUp believes in a sustainable fashion future, rejecting throwaway fashion culture and standing for sustainability. The clothes we wear have the power to make change. Every time I wear something I bought secondhand, I save enough water to make around 74 matcha lattes. I love ThredUp's focus on sustainability and how cute all the clothes I got from them are. I'm so excited to wear my ThredUp clothes, knowing I look cute while offsetting the environmental and financial cost of fashion. This linen sundress is the brand Reformation, and it was $42 on ThredUp with an estimated retail price of $198. You can use the code Isabel to get 40% off your first order plus free shipping. Thank you again so much ThredUp for sponsoring this video. So I really want to get to a point in my life where I am just growing and preserving like most of my own food. I'm kind of addicted to the feeling I get when I take something out of my canner and I put it into the pantry. I don't know, it just like feels so nice to look at my pantry this fall season and see all of these jars of yummy things. This is the first year that I've been very serious about canning, and I'm just excited for the winter to be able to enjoy all this stuff that I'm preserving. This week, our little cat woke up one morning and it couldn't walk on its back foot, like it wouldn't put any weight on it. And then I looked at its foot and it was like all strange looking and 3 times the size of the other foot. It was huge, you guys. It was really inflamed. We brought her into the vet and the vet was like, oh wow, this is a terrible break. It will definitely need surgery or amputation. And we were so stressed while they did the x-rays, just sitting there like, oh my gosh. Well, as it turns out, when the x-rays come back, they tell us that she didn't break her leg, but instead it was just a terrible reaction to a spider bite. 4 years ago, we planted these raspberries, and finally this year is the first year that we just have this epic harvest. I mean, like, just buckets of raspberries every day. I feel like raspberries are the most luxurious fruit. I'm turning them into jam, and I'm going to gift this batch to people because it's maybe my best batch, and I feel like it's too good not to share with others. Oh, raspberry jam is just my favorite. This winter is going to be such a mess, you guys. I don't think we will actually be able to stay here because of the fact that we didn't get around to fixing the driveway so that we can plow. We have almost a mile-long driveway and it's super narrow, and in order to plow, we have to widen it, which means taking out a bunch of trees and moving like huge, giant boulder rocks. And we didn't do that this summer. And our neighbors won't let us park on their property anymore, which is what we've actually been doing in the past and then hiking in. So we're kind of stressed at the moment, trying to figure out a plan. Tonight, I made a garden soup. Basically, it was just potatoes and celery and carrots from the garden. And I added a ton of cream and garlic and onion. It was pretty good. It was definitely a modest soup. Oh my gosh, you guys, the sunset tonight is like so beautiful. Oh, I've been really trying to just appreciate every moment of warmth that we have left. I feel like it's so fleeting. The fact that I can just be laying out here in this meadow with short sleeves on, it just makes me almost want to cry. It's so luxurious. And I don't know, it feels like the years lately have been going by really fast. I don't know, I can get really caught up in my goals in life, feeling like, oh, well, things will be better when I accomplish XYZ. Things will be better when I'm at this point in my life. And I've come to realize that that's just not the case, because I felt that way before I moved here. I felt that way before I started building the tiny house, you know, when I was saving up money every day, working towards this dream of building a tiny house. I was thinking in my head, oh, well, I'm going to be so happy once I accomplish that dream. And don't get me wrong, I am happy, but it's not because I accomplished this thing. Do you know what I mean? It's not because of this external thing. It's really on the inside. And I think that sometimes I can get in this mindset of feeling like, okay, well, once I'm at this point in my life or have achieved this, then I'll be able to like relax and enjoy my days. But you know what it's all about is just being here now, as Ram Dass would say. Because the present moment is all we have. It really is. And I think that having this idea that things will be better in the future is just like this toxic way of thinking. I really think that. I think that we all can just take a deep breath and just, I don't know, be grateful for what we have right now. Because we'll never get this moment back, you know? We'll never be here ever again. I love you all so much, and thank you for watching this video.
Thank you all again so much for watching this video, and thank you so much to ThreadUp for sponsoring this video. Have a good week, you guys. See you next week.